Hey everybody, it's Bill from Matt-Trakker.com, and not only is today Free Comic Book Day, but we have something pretty unique that was released in one of the M.A.S.K groups that I have created on Facebook. I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna draw it out of there and put it on the website so you can read it. Uh, Full story, fully like drawn M.A.S.K comic for you, the fans. And I'm going to try to make sure I get the name of the person right, and hopefully I do. Um, Kiro Whack. Now I'm not sure if that's a pen name or not, but we'll find out. In releasing this, he has a quote that Agents of M.A.S.K was able to pull. So I'm reading off their website. If you haven't been there, um, here's their story on it. But we have. Well, before I read this, we have some of the more creative fans in the world, and I've seen a lot of still drawn photos that people have done, but with the ease of obtaining something like Photoshop or Illustrator, it it lets everybody have that creative outlet. If they if they have the talent for it, they have the ability to do it in an electronic form. And first off, let me read the quote. I worked on it in between being a father, full-time art teacher, and a husband. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. I know that putting yourself out there leaves one open to criticism and stuff like that, but this was also a labor of love. I'm sharing this story for free with every M.A.S.K collector I can. Why? Because the world needs more M.A.S.K. If if anything, that last line uh, should be a slogan. uh, Maybe put that in your comics for upcoming ones. Actually, make it like a tagline or something. Um, First, I will say that the artwork is really well done. The pages and the whole feel of it makes you feel like you are reading a comic from the M.A.S.K line, and which is better styling and graphics. I will say that I like these graphics better than the DC versions that have been out. They're on par with the IDW series as well. Different designs, but just the, the professionalism with it, really well done. So as I kind of, I'm going to go through. I'm not going to go through everything in detail. I'm going to post some pictures and kind of walk through some of it. Maybe we'll go over some of the dialogue. We'll go over some of the artwork. We'll go over the story itself and how the characters are, and just kind of take it from there. Is it perfect? No, but not everything is. Um, it's the one thing I will say is comics aren't my favorite form of media for things like this. Even though the irony is that uh, mostly everything that I love, Batman, Superman, Nightwing, which I have Nightwing #1, the first appearance sitting right up there. Um, I appreciate them. I never really, sorry, my allergies are really bad today. I never really got into collecting comics. So I love all the characters and the movies and the animated series. It just never stuck as a medium for me. But I know they're everybody. It's not for everybody, but a lot of people do love them. I do have a select few here that I'll do a screenshot of it and superimpose it here, right there. And you can see what I have. It's mostly Batman related. I do have one comic I found. That's Iron Man versus Captain America, or Iron Man and Captain America. I got it for like 10 cents. I got it for less than what it cost when it came out. So it's pretty funny. But without further ado, let's dig into this a little bit. Here's the front cover. And my attention is going to be with you and also to the side because I'm looking at it and going through it as we talk about it. So the front cover, and right away, it looks like you're right in the middle of a M.A.S.K cartoon episode, really. So the one thing I didn't like about it was the logo. I think it would have been better with maybe like the black and the green from Boulder Hill's outline. But that's, if I'm nitpicking that we're off to a good start. So you have, so Boulder Hill sitting right there, and Matt-Trakker. The first part, maybe it's like a comic book thing. It has like a pre-story and then jumps into the story. One thing I found odd on page, let's see, cover, page 1, page 2, when Buddy is calling Bruce, he calls him Mr. Sato. I don't know. I don't think he would call him that, but again, I'm just looking for little things. I said nothing's perfect, but I love this, except for the smoking. Less smoking, I think, would be good too. But Boulder Hill, you look at that sign, you know exactly what you're looking at. You see that guy get zapped by it. It's amazing that the gas tank didn't explode. He's very lucky. But then we come down here to, so we do have the black and the green. So I would have done that, but I love the way this shot is, of their real life persona being them with the normal background, and then when they have their masks on, you get the jump. I love that. It's such a really cool design and really creative here. No, the one thing, I guess actually his name is Brian Galler. Hopefully that's right. Again, I'm not good at names, so I apologize. Now, when I read through this the first time, the one thing I really loved about this was that Matt kind of takes on more of a Bruce Wayne feel, where he's more well known. He's it's just like more out there. It was a little more subdued in the cartoon. While people knew of him, it wasn't like a Bruce Wayne like in The Dark Knight or Batman the Animated Series, where I just liked the way they did that. It was really, I thought it was really good, a really good way of taking the character, because in the IDW iteration, it's a whole different thing. You can't really compare the two, but in that version, Matt's a recruit, and doesn't have the same character traits. Not like he's not well known. Doesn't have the brashness. He doesn't have the leadership qualities yet. So it was just a nice direction, in my opinion. So Matt is dating somebody here. And I'm going to read this one panel here. 12 years ago, my brother Andy opened the first Boulder Hill gas station in the hope that the tiny station might be a success. Today, that original station, in addition to 9,990 other ones, helped make Boulder Hill America's #1 brand when it comes to convenience. So it's a chain. I like that. I don't know if all of them look the same. I don't know if all of them are a way for the mask agents to kind of get around, but it's a pretty cool concept too. It's a good thought. One of the reporters at this thing asked if Matt was in a flying car. And one of the things too, Brad is not an agent yet. I think he was kind of in the middle of starting that up. So we get a shot of Mayhem, and what I really like here, and it's a really good idea, is the Venom agents have the same kind of dynamic with the group photo, except theirs is black and red, signify evil, which I like that a lot. Mayhem looks phenomenal here. Vanessa might need a little touch up, but it's not bad. I like what they did with Cliff here, and Rax looks really good. It's simple, typical Venom stuff here, where they're kind of bickering with each other. Cliff Dagger still stupid. Glad that arc didn't change. But yeah, we come to the hospital, and that guy got shot. Matt's visiting him and gives him a check, Bruce Wayne style, or if you saw Age of Ultron, when the scene with when Iron Man is fighting Hulk, he's looking for a way to try to subdue him, and he asks, I think it was Friday at that point, he's like, how quickly can we buy this building? And then he smashes it through, the things you can only think of when you're a billionaire. So it's just funny. Yeah, and I think Brad's got a little mullet going on too. So we get a little banter. About how his music sucks, but I think it's funny. So right now, on this panel, I just had to reread it real quick. We have Matt showing his leadership skills and talking with Buddy about the accident, and saying that he wouldn't want anybody else other than him to run it. Reassuring him that it's okay. Brad's kind of confused, and we kind of get a little bit of a backstory here. I'll read it off. M.A.S.K is the brainchild of my brother Andrew, which is a callback to the comic books where Miles kills Andy and was able to steal the technology. So it's drawing from different mediums, which I really like. M.A.S.K is the brainchild of my brother Andrew. As successful as Boulder Hill has become, Andy always wanted to make more out of his life. Most people would have been content being a gas station mogul and a multimillionaire. Matt curses. Hell, most people are content drinking a beer and watching Alf, but not Andy. He wanted more. Long before Rocky IV and War Games, my brother... lines up. I wasn't sure what year Rocky IV came out. It came out in 1985, and the title is M.A.S.K 85, so could have been there. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a continuity error, but that it works out. good fact checking on your side. Long before Rocky IV and War Games, my brother was interested in ending the Cold War. He developed technology that he believed would do just that. So it makes sense that something as large as the Cold War would have been the the plot point of this, or the way to move forward. The people he was working with insisted on selling the technology to the highest bidder, and he wouldn't do it. He believed M.A.S.K was going to bring peace. Unfortunately, his refusal to sell his technology is the most likely reason he was found dead in his workshop a few months ago. And he was brilliant. Andy was a brilliant mind, but incredibly trusting, and present company excluded, a poor judge of character. His natural instinct to find the best in people could cost him his life. I believe my brother was betrayed and murdered by those closest to him. Since his death, M.A.S.K has become my passion project, and I refuse to let my brother's life's work be in vain. So we get a good. You're learning about the motivations of Matt and M.A.S.K. So very cool to introduce your own take on the beginnings. So I liked that a lot. And we get a reveal shot of Gator and Condor. Look phenomenal. The designs on them are spot on. I do like the look on. I do like the look on Brad's face when he's first seeing these for the first time. And we see a shot of Rhino and Hurricane, and we see Brad getting Condor. And interestingly enough, he's not out on Condor right away. He's exposed to fighting with Vanessa inside of Rhino. It makes sense, because if he's got the outfit, but it probably takes a little practice to drive a motorcycle. So I love the fact that it's not just here you go and then go. I like the story building here. You get some nice action scenes, some good one-liners here, and the battle. It looks great. So the panel toward the end, the last page, has Mayhem looking sinister, and basically kind of recapping the fact that he killed Andy. He's poised. He's ready for world domination, and he's got the perfect setup for it. He's ready to go. So yeah, I said, if you have a few minutes, give it a look. If you want to give the author some feedback, post it here. I'll also post the link for the Facebook page if you want to join it. You can find the art, the post there, and give them some feedback on it. But I enjoy the fact that we as fans are keeping it going. We're keeping it alive, and that's like the slogan or tagline from my website, Keeping M.A.S.K Alive, in 2001. That's when I launched the website. So 18 years, I think. 18 years, I think, in July. Yeah, I think it was July. It's been a long journey, and I'm just so thankful for talented people like this that not only can create this, but also provide it for free for the fans. is this a stepping stone to a series with the author? I don't know. It might be, and I'm going to keep an eye out because I love new original content, especially around Mask. If you haven't been able to guess that anyway. So, with that being said, definitely give this a read. I said some of it's a little off, but it's not. If you said, if somebody sent me this and said, "Hey, check out this new Mask comic," I would have thought a publisher actually put this out. So kudos for that, and kudos for tying in the original character designs and the concepts of the vehicles into your comic as well. Um, really cool panels you have, and yeah, it's just it sucks you into Mask. It feels like it makes you feel like you're there. That's probably, now that I think about it, it's probably one of the reasons why comics never really stuck with me a lot. Because when I was younger, reading, I didn't have the ability to like read something and just get sucked into it. So even though it was all action and Batman and fighting or whatever, it didn't really stick with me that way. But this one did. Definitely give it a read. Said a couple spots you can do it, and I highly recommend it. Thank you for keeping Cliff Dagger stupid, by the way. Also, no Scott and T-Bob at all. That's a 2 thumbs up for me. Um, yeah, great job. This is Bill from Matt-Trakker.com, and I'll talk to you later.